today. From Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, it's Week 14 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals taking on Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens.
On a chilly December afternoon, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Baltimore Ravens and the Cincinnati Bengals. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins... So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Throwing now, Burrow on first down. That one taken in by T. Higgins. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now Burrow. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us in their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Joe Mixon, and he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. The numbers for Mixon last week, 2 trips to the end zone and well past 100 yards.
And going back and watching the film, we saw every kind of run from him, didn't we? We saw some power, we saw finesse, we saw speed, and what I love the most, he finished each and every run.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Burrow looking to pass. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. Jared Cook with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bengals take it right down and score on the opening drive. Looking sharp. Drop you into the start of this next possession. The score, 7-0. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. Able to find Higgins. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a 1st down.
Well, it's almost as if they didn't leave the field after their first drive. They picked right up where they left off. Another good throw there. And this offense, humming here in the early going.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Burrow. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
On first down, Mixon. A 9-yard pickup, just 1 yard away from 3 consecutive first down plays. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say 200 plus?
Burrow getting this into the hands of Higgins. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
Boy, they've definitely come out of the gate smoking here in the first quarter. Whatever they've tried to run has worked. And there's another example right there. Game plan is one thing, but how about his accuracy? It's been exceptional.
So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
On 2nd down, here's Burrow. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Tyler Boyd, his 21st touchdown of the season. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead. What a great drive that was. A long drive. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. They'll start here with a give to Mixon. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
Now Burrow on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. They'll run on first down. Mixon. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. He's had his eyes on 7,000 career rushing yards, and with that last effort, he has hit that mark. What a career.
And that is the number to focus in on, because oftentimes we talk about where do they rank all time. We're not there yet. He's not knocking on the top 10 or the top 20, but over 7,000 yards in a career, fantastic.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They'll run here with Mixon. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
On second down, here's Mixon. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores for, and he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon, his 19th touchdown now of the season. Now the Bengals, they widen their lead. And he was excellent on that drive. He deserved to be the one to get across the chalk.
Oh, I agree with you totally. A workhorse on the drive, and how about that last decisive run to punch it in?
So we are in the final minute now of the first half as this offense gets ready to take over. Burrow will throw. Going for the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. T. Higgins with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bengals add on to their lead. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive. And it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. But not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again. And you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifted.
So the offense set to take the field here. They will have the football with less than a minute to go in the first half.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, let's get to some of these scores around the NFL here in a busy Week 14. We'll start out west at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. And it is the Chargers out in front as those two creep towards halftime. Austin Eckler with a touchdown run. From there, let's get over to the Rockies to check out the Broncos at home in Denver. And they trail the visiting Chiefs in that one. Patrick Mahomes has thrown a touchdown pass. Lastly, let's motor up to the Motor City. See what's happening with the Lions at home at Ford Field. And they were losers in that ball game to the visiting Cleveland Browns. 27-17, the final, a 10-point margin. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter. Fielded near the back of the end zone, and the half will begin with a touchback. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. So now this offense will take over, and they will have the football at their own 20-yard line. They're passing here. Joe Burrow. That'll be complete to Cook. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a second in just about a few inches here.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard.
Let's go. Hey, line 40.
Now they run with Mixon. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down. What did you see there on the defensive side? What allowed that good-sized run?
Well, they were in a cover 2 alignment, which means your 2 safeties are back away from the line of scrimmage. So if you can match up your blocking at the line, at the point of attack, there's usually some room, a big gap between that second level and third, and that's what they were able to exploit.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Now it's Burrow. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Mixon with a first down carry.
Joe Mixon.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
On 2nd down, Burrow. And this is incomplete.
Oh, man, for him to be that wide open and drop it. Sometimes you have just too much time on your hands, right? You end up thinking way too much, and your hands get shaky.
And yes, he's a tight end, but that's a catch he should have made. On 3rd down, Burrow. They'll set up the screen here to Mixon. He's got the first down inside the 10. And down to the 7-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
from the shotgun. Joe Burrow. He's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. T. Higgins with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big...
Now the offense back out onto the field as they'll take over here in the final minute of this third quarter. They begin with a run by Mixon. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back to Mixon on first down. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Number 28,
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. And he's going to be down close to a first down at the Ravens' 29.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves, you're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about to run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
On first down, Mixon. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
On second down now, Mixon. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26.
on the carry.
Nice job there on the tackle, keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. That's taken in by Higgins. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
And a strange one here, a little befuddled. They're sending out the field goal unit now. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick here is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Bengals 38, Ravens 10.
So they surrendered 3 points, and now after the kickoff, This offense gets ready to take over the football. They'll run on first down. Mixon. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That went good for 15, and the Bengals get a first down.
Cincinnati Bengals. First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here. First and 10. Mixon. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8.
Again, it's Mixon. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. As that lead just swells and swells. Look, this has been dominance in all three phases. Offense, defense, and special teams.
So don't we have to...
So now we're in the final minute of the game in the fourth quarter as this offense gets ready to take over. Mixon gets the nod to start the drive. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up second and 2.
There's a second and 2 now from the 33. Again, it's Mixon.
Joe Mixon. That's good for a Cincinnati Bengals. Today's final.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Cincinnati, the win pushes their record now to 11-2 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, they're squarely in play for next year mode now as they drop to 2-11. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC to take on the Chiefs. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.